When James Wariero was arraigned at the Kibera Law Court on August 6th for a traffic offence, he didn't consider it a remarkable event. He would go in, plead guilty to the offence of driving with worn-out tyres, and that would be that.
Friends had sent me the NTSA fine schedule for sort of common, simple traffic offences and these kinds of things. So reading them, I sort of felt kind of comfortable. I felt, okay, I take my medicine, I pay maybe 10,000 shilling fine and get out, and then replace the tire.
But things didn't go quite how he imagined them. Not only was he slapped with a fine that he considers inordinate, the payment process itself raised his suspicions.
Because initially I'd said I can arrange to pay by M-Pesa, and the policeman in the court had said, oh, it would be easier if you paid by cash. So I told him I didn't have it. Then I offered now to pay by M-Pesa. And then, so he took me to the orderly in the table now in front of the magistrate. And as I started to do the transaction using the paybill number on the wall, the orderly said, no, don't use that. I'll give you an agent number to use. So she said, open M-Pesa. I opened M-Pesa on the phone. She did the transaction, withdraw, put the agent number, and then told me, put in your PIN. In fact, at that point, I still was a little shocked at the 30,000. So I asked to see. So she actually opened the file and showed me the magistrate's right in 30,000. So then I put the 30,000, I put my PIN, and it went through, and I got this message. Yeah, so I had about 10, 11,000 in my phone, because that's what I expected to pay in fines. And I then had to ask my niece to go and ask my wife to send me this 20,000. And then I here pay now the fine of 30,000. And it goes through this task communication Kambi Kibera, which is a private agent.
Meanwhile, plastered all over the walls of the law court were instructions on how to pay fines directly into the judiciary's account.
So anyway, I got out of there, but with a bitter taste in my mouth. I thought the sentence was harsh under the circumstances. But then even worse was now this the way in which the fines were being dealt with. It didn't seem like a standard procedure, and I was wondering what exactly is happening here. Is this just a failure of the system? Is someone trying to enrich this person who runs this M-Pesa? Or is this fine being diverted altogether from the Treasury and the judiciary?
When contacted to provide that clarity, the Judiciary's Communications Office said investigations were ongoing. But this is what Justice David Maraga had to say earlier today at the annual Judges Colloquium in Mombasa.
This morning, and I'm sure some of you also must have seen that, there is a tweet going around about some officers in our courts. Instead of using the M-Pesa to collect revenue, they are refusing to do that. And they are asking the convicts to pay cash. The judiciary has called for a report on that, and we are going to deal with that family.
Before James shared his story with us, he first shared it on social media, and it has elicited quite a few reactions. But one that stands out for me is this one, by Uluwoch Madiang, and he says this is as if the best choice is the easier way out. Know what I mean? Well, I take him to mean that mightn't it have been easier for James to just pay off the one police officer on the side of the road. Olive Barrows, NTV.